Be strong.
Hi everyone, I hope you all are doing great and welcome back to the channel. In this DIY mod video, I'm gonna replace the entire stock tail light of my car with a brand new TT ABC system LED tail light. You can surely replace your old halogen bulbs with the LED bulbs which are available aftermarket, but you're not gonna get all the progressive LED light design which you get with the new entire complete stock LED tail lights. So it's gonna definitely be worth it. It is gonna increase the entire look and feel of my car. From the pictures and videos, it looks very impressive. I've seen some reviews where people have uploaded their own videos. They look very cool. It changes the look of your car completely. Now I'm really excited to do it on my car. They say that it is a plug and play. It's not gonna take a lot of effort, but I think my car, Civic Hatchback, has a lot of stuff, you can say, in its hatch. So I think I'll have to work my way through it and get it sorted, but I believe all this is gonna be very worth it. So it is gonna be dark. Without wasting any time, let's go and start working on it. I'm really excited to see how it looks like. All right, I think the packaging looks very good. They have used modular thermocol so to keep the light safe. Let's remove these ones and check them out. So this is the left one. It's covered in the transparent plastic wrap. I think this will prevent any scratch and everything else. Let's check for the wires. Let's check for if something is broken, if there are any visible scratch marks or anything like that. I think it looks pretty cool. Let's check the other one too. I don't see any scratch marks on this one as well. So yeah. Looks very good. Let's check out the indicator lights. So here they are, the LEDs. Looks good to me. Okay, here is the connector. I don't see any scratch marks on it either. Let's look at the other one. Pretty cool. The only difference that I saw between these two is that one of the indicator light has this wrap, of plastic over the wires, and this one doesn't have it. So, I think this is the only visible difference. All right, so without wasting any time, now let's go and install them. I'm really excited to take off the stock lights and put them on. So let's do that and see how they look. So we'll start by removing the rear right tail light, and the process is going to be similar for the left one. So let's work on the right first and then we'll go to the left. So here are two screws. So you have to take these two out. Use the star type screwdriver and it is very easy to just get them out. Alright, so as the screws are out, you can see that you can move your tail light. The process is going to be similar in any car. So I'm doing this for Civic Hatchback. If you're replacing the tail light for any other car, it's going to be very similar, because usually these LED lights are plug and play. So it's not going to be different. Once these two screws are out, make sure you're very gentle no matter what model of the car you're working on. And I'm using this plastic tool, and I just slide it around over here. So this came out of the plugs at this side, and then I'm gonna slide the bottom. So see, it pops out like a cake. All right, so once you take the 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 screws out and you remove the light from the plug over here, it's going to look something like this. So don't leave it, or don't leave it hanging, because you will have to disengage all these plugs before removing the light. Let's get the new LED light out, and as you can see, it has some wires that we spoke about in this start of the video during unboxing time. So all you have to do is plug in the right socket to these wires over here. So like I told you, we had 3 plugs with us. So the first one is going to go at the top. So now I'm well versed with the lighting connections, but if you want, do mark the plugs before you unplug everything else. And then for the other ones, I will need to first install the plugs as well. After you plug these wires into the right socket, make sure you push them back into the light. So now all the exposed wires should be inside this LED light casing, and nothing and no loose wires should be out here. Now these are very easy to work with. All you have to do is just twist, and they should fit in perfectly. And another way, but this is like a brute way, to get this thing sorted, is that if you're not able to put the plug into the socket gently, then that means it is the wrong socket. So make sure you be very gentle, and everything should slide in correctly. So after you're done placing all the plugs, there should be just this one wire with a plug which should be out, and we are going to use this later on. So now I think we are done with the light, and let's test it out. So the wire installation is done, and let's test it. And I'll take the cover off only after the testing is done, so that if we have to fix the wire connections, then we can do that without damaging the glass. The scuff marks doesn't look that great. So let's start with switching on the car. So I am using the remote. All right, this looks good. Now let's check the brake lights. All right, so as soon as I hit the pedal, it glows up. So this looks fine as well. Now let's turn on the car and let's see how it works. So as soon as the car turns on, you see this nice progressive pattern on the stay on tail light, which then stays indicating that the car is on. But just make sure that your headlamps are on when you do that. If you keep them off just to save the battery in case, then this won't work. So you have to make sure that the headlamps are on or on auto. All right, now let's test the reverse. So you see this bright white light comes in when we said. Yep, now let's take the car off the reverse and switch it off. So as soon as I take the uh, take my foot off the pedal, uh, the brake light goes out, and then the three main lights are gonna stay till the car is on. And as soon as the light will go out, this three lights will go out too. So now the right side testing is done, and now let's work on the left one and make sure that this is ready to roll. In order to install the last piece of the light, which is the connecting indicator light, you will have to take this entire panel off, and then you're going to pass the wire from here inside this so that we can make a connection to these lights over here on the top. Now, this is not going to be easy. It is going to be time consuming, and definitely you will have to be very, very careful when you take care of this, because there are certain parts which can break if you pull them off with force, and you'll have to, make sure that you insert the wire very precariously because you don't want to have any leaks, when you close the hatch. So, if you want, you can leave it as it is. You'll have these top indicators over here as your stock indicators, and this light is going to be your new light LED which you have installed. Or you can take any professional help, but I must say that it is going to cost you a bit. Or you can just do it yourself, but make sure you follow all the instructions, and also you are pretty gentle when you are doing this. So I'm going to do it myself, and let's go ahead with it. We are halfway done, and now I'll have to talk about few things to you. So I've taken off this entire paneling over here. If you can see, it has these green color clips which can come out very, very easily. This is the part where we have to reach and plug in our lights, but then I'll have to take this entire paneling out so that I can fix things properly, because I'll have to put my hand over here and push this light out. So to do that, all this thing, I think around 75-80% of the stuff can come out by just pulling it out with brute force and using some clip tools. But now if I want to pull this thing out, I have two bolts over here. One is here and the other one is on this side, and same is on the other side of the handle, which I need to take out. And as you saw, I had to take out this covering of the handle first. So just look for some grooves and everything. So every car has some indication that you have to take the paneling out before pulling things out. So just be gentle. If it doesn't come out, just look for some clues which can tell you that there might be a bolt or a nut behind the fiber or the plastic panel. As you can see, all the clips are out. I have taken out these four bolts on both the handles here, and if you can see, I've just rested this hanging entire piece on this small clip over here so that it doesn't fall. Now, there's one tricky part. We need to make sure that we take these two rubber pads out, and if you try to pull them, they're not going to come out. It's just going to get loose. So don't try to pull these guys. All you'll have to do is slide your hand over here inside and then reach out to these plugs so that you can pull them out safely, and use a tool because they have pinch buttons that you have to pinch and it will pop out easily. So this is going to be a bit tricky. Let me try and I'll show you how it works. So I think this is the only tricky part. Rest, it's all normal unscrewing and pulling things out. Let's talk about removing this rubber plug because I don't want you to spoil this. Otherwise, you'll have to go and get this stock from the dealership, because I don't think so you're going to get it in AutoZone or places like that, or local places or something. So, what you have to do is a little trick. It worked for me. You have to first use your finger to press all these three um, you know, switch at one end so that this comes down this way. And then what you can do is take a tool, something, pointy or something. Maybe I'll show you what I did. I took this one so that I can press this one, two, three. So as soon as you do that, it will come out very easily. It's not going to take more than 5 minutes for each one of them. So if I think not even 5 minutes, like 2 or 3 minutes. So if you are taking more than that, that means you are doing something wrong. Very simple trick. First, the top one, if your boot is facing this side, one, two, three fingers, and then you can use a tool, one, two, three, and it will come down very, very easily. So just be careful with this one. Other parts are fairly normal. So when now everything is out, let's plan our move to install the light. So for that, I'll have to take these two bolts out, here and here, and then if you can look closely, I'll have to go inside here, and there's a bolt over here. So I'll have to take that out. So it's going to be these two bolts and the bolt inside. So you might want proper tools to get this done. And then once this stock light is out, I'm going to put the LED light that we have and do the wiring. Let's talk about the wiring now. I'm going to start placing this wire underneath the seal so that it's not visible and we are not doing any cuttings as well. And then, because there's no way I can pass the wire over here, so I'm going to use this. I'm going to tape the wire to this particular part and then move the wire underneath the entire fiber module that we have taken out. So that's my aim. There can be multiple ways, like I saw that there is an entrance over here, so you can maybe place the wires inside this thing and then try to pass them along this way. But I think that was a bit too difficult and a bit too time consuming, so I thought that let's keep everything modular, and I'm going to follow this route. So I've installed both the lights left and right. Let's just test them now before putting the rear panel back, because I don't want to redo everything. Okay, I think it's working absolutely fine. So now I'm gonna place the wires in the position as I wanted to, and then gonna put that rear panel back in place. So let's do it very quickly and let's get this rolling. So people, I've done my wire setup and I'll show you how it looks like. See, the wire is going in from here. It's nice and hidden, and then it goes through here, and also on the left side is the same, nice and hidden, and it goes through this part over here. So I'm going to connect it to here, and I have also tied up the wire over here so that it doesn't interfere or just hangs around, and over here as well. So this is pretty neat. And now I'm gonna put back the rear cover and show you how it looks like towards the end. A very important thing that you need to take care of is that these two wires, one here and there, doesn't interfere with the hatch functionality. So you see, when I try to close the hatch, they very well stay behind this water seal over here. So this is the thing that you need to take care of. So just to summarize everything, you're going to put the wire from the tail light underneath this water seal over here, and then put it right through this back panel, and you're going to do it on both the sides. So you see, it looks very neat, and by doing this it really won't interfere with the with the hatch functionality, and also there won't be any leakage. So yep, it's gonna be pretty neat if you do it this way. Thank you for sticking to the end. I'm really proud of this mod, and I'm really happy how great this new tail light looks. It also has this nice black tint on the cover, so it makes the look of the car much better than it was with the stock light. I'm really happy about the product that TTABC provided me. All the details are in the description, and these guys also provide certain headlights and the tail lights for other cars. So I would definitely recommend you guys to check their website. And trust me when I say this, it changes the look of your car completely when you replace those old halogen LED bulb lights with these modular tail lights, and they are more or less pretty much same to install. So I know this was hatchback, it took me a lot of efforts, but with the other cars I'm pretty sure it's not going to be that much of effort. Guys, keep up all your support. I'm going to be coming up with more DIY mod video. I have an idea for my motorbike as well, but that's going to be for a later video. But share this with your friends. Let me know what they feel about it, and if you have any DIY mod idea for my Civic hatchback or any other car which you would like to share with all of us, comments are for that. So please feel free and take care, stay safe.